everybody to tonight's broadcast. The SRN Truck Series is in Nashville Super Speedway this evening. You can see the ticker at the bottom there. Drivers are taking their qualifying times. We'll get that to you as soon as they are finished out here. But let's take a look at our race info tonight. And we, like I said, Nashville Super Speedway, 71 degrees here tonight, 30% humidity, 10-mile-an-hour wind. And the track temperature is 71 degrees as well. So very cool-ish night here for Nashville, Tennessee, and should have plenty of grip as it's nighttime on this track. But I still did see in practice a couple guys getting kind of loose, especially off of 4. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how these drivers handle their tires tonight. See, more guys are coming through. A bunch of guys have taken time here. Got a couple of minutes left, so still got a bunch of drivers that need to take time still. This is one of the more fun tracks that we visit, I have to say, because there is a driving style that is very interesting. 1 and 2 is very different than 3 and 4. 1 and 2 you definitely carry a lot of speed into, and therefore you have to get off of the gas. You have to kind of work your way into it, not overdrive. And in 3 and 4, you just have to crack that throttle a little bit, and you can keep it almost wide open. So, but if you do, you will wear the tires just a bit more than the other guys. So you can pick up some speed that way, but it's kind of short-lived. So we will keep an eye on who's going to go for the tire management and who's going to go for speed, and if we're going to have long runs tonight, how that's going to play out. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of pit strategies as well, so we'll keep an eye on all of that as well. So the almost everybody now, looks like about 4 trucks or so, still have not taken time. And it does look like a couple of guys maybe going to choose not to, or to go late here. We have just under 2 minutes left to qualify. Takes about 30 seconds to do a lap, so somebody could still be going out and seeing what they can do with it. And it looks like Wes Wigan is on track. You can see him there in the 88 truck, putting down his time. Currently showed in the 14th position, but that must be his first lap. So see if he can pick up here. And you see him running around the bottom there. Definitely a bottom-feeding track. Not that you can't do okay up top, but it is the long way around, and not really high banks here. So not the ideal thing to be on the outside, but you certainly can get some momentum off of 2 and 4 and pin a guy down. See, Wes is done there, currently shown in the 10th position, it looks like. And Bobby Hall has just taken his time and captured the pole for the time being. Looks like there is still 3 trucks, but I'm not sure if they are all going to qualify or not. There's Alex Healy there, but he is finished just as we got to him. And now with about 30 seconds left, I'd say those 3 trucks probably are not going to go ahead and qualify. So that should be it for the qualifying session. As we wait for this to reset here so we can get the grid, we will just take a look back, talk about that for a second. This is the second time in this season that we have been at this track. Last time, I believe, was during the day, but it was a very clean race. I think we only had 1 or 2 cautions, if I remember correctly, and lots of green flag runs, and people chose to kind of short pit a little bit, and some chose to go as long as they could. And so this is definitely going to be, hopefully going to be, I should say, a similar race. But let's take a look at our starting grid here. So we got Bobby Hall Jr. takes the pole. He is our points leader as well. Chris Phillips is going to be 2nd, Stephen Shue 3rd, Alex Healy's 4th, Matt Grenier is going to be 5th, 6th is going to go to Jeff Ledford, 7th is Joshua Highbaugh, Mike Allen is going to be 8th, 9th is Bobby Grady, 10th is Dan Worthington, Wes Wigan is going to be in 11th, 12th is Dakota Shepard, 13th is Rick Baldwin. Rick Baldwin was very good in practice, but not that great in qualifying, so I look for him to be moving up pretty quickly here. Thomas Hall, 14th. 15th is going to be Anthony Lane. Nate Brooker is going to be 16th. 17th is Alex Foster. 18th will be Gordon Spain. Robert Amaral is 19th. Mascot Mike is going to be 20th, and Elijah Fisher is 21st. 22nd is going to be John Van Blaricom. That's Q. And John Schuenbachler is 23rd, and Eric Quarter is 24th. Now, those guys down at the end there did not take time, so we really don't know exactly how fast they are, but we do know that they didn't qualify. They're going to start towards the back, so. And as we take a look here, as these guys start to get gridded up, we get ready for them to get moving along here. Let's see if we can talk right quick here. Stephen Matthew in the booth, you got me?
I've got you, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, bud. Well, you're sitting P3. You got a teammate in front of you on the outside. You got a teammate behind you on the outside. You got the points leader up front. We're going to send it tonight or what?
Oh, you know me. I'm putting the hammer down tonight.
Very good.
I've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose.
Awesome. I know this is a pretty decent track for you. So are you gonna try to save tires a little, or are you just gonna try to get out front and see what you can make of it?
No, I'm sanding it.
No saving you.
We got 4 sets there. We're gonna let them eat.
That's right. Very good. All right, buddy. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Let's see if we can get that 94 behind y'all and make up some points.
Well, we're going to try to. Biggest thing is I'm going to try to work with Dr. Phil. He's trying to get up there in the points right now.
Yeah.
Barker couldn't make it tonight. He had some stuff going on.
Still working. Yep. All right. Yeah. You and Chris need to try to figure out how to get him some points. So we'll be watching it. Good luck to y'all.
Hey, have a good one tonight, Matt.
Yep. All right. There you have it. So that's the 00 Steven Shue. We'll see what he can do. I know Bobby Hall is strong, though. Even when it seems like he's got an off night, he's going to be good anyways. So the field comes down, and here we go. And we are under green for the first time. Green flag in the air. Good jump there on the outside by Chris Phillips. Let's see how this goes through turn 1 and 2, if the outside's going to carry momentum or not. It does not, so Bobby Hall will settle right there into the first position. Chris Phillips goes to second. He's got the 00 behind him, his teammates, so these guys are going to be trying to work together, as we just talked to him about. But the 97 there, now that's Alex Healy. He is a teammate, so you got 94 and 97, both flex guys. You have Foothills Motorsports, the 6, 00, and 01, all up there in the top 5, 2 teams. Battling it out for position and everything and points and you name it. So these guys are really going to be trying hard to best each other for sure. Steven Shue actually kind of falling back a little bit. Started third, back to 5th, maybe even 6th now. So he's got to get that thing underneath him. I know he said he was going to full send it, but he's got to get that thing, get those tires warmed up and get it underneath him before he can do anything here. And it looks like on the newer tires, the fresher tires, that outside line, you see how the 29 there is carrying good momentum through. So before these tires warm up, it may be a case that the middle groove, so to speak, is going to be better in the short term. But once these tires get warm, that bottom is probably going to play out, as you do see almost everybody getting single file now. Just saw the 01 there kind of bounce off the wall a little bit. Doesn't look like it hurt him at all, so he is still going to be fine. You see him kind of arc wide on that corner, and you just see the difference of the momentum to the 15. So middle groove looking really good so far this evening. The battle for the lead is heating up, though, as these 6 is getting back to the 94 here. 97 on the outside, great corner entry. And now you see the 01's going to go with the 6 and try to push him through there. And side by side they go through turn 2. And that outside is still looking very good. That's not very characteristic of this track, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this because it does look like. Look at the 15 on the outside there, just making up ground. Doing a great job. These drivers are going to have to adjust for that. That is not normal. So anybody who's put in some time at this track knows that the bottom is better, but that's not the case right now. Chris Phillips is dedicated to it, though. He may be thinking more of the fact it's the shortest way around. I'm not using up my tires. I don't care if it's not quite as fast, and I will make it up later. As you see teammates here, the battle for the lead is heating up. As Chris Phillips has kind of fallen back a little bit now. And not much change there up front. They're just kind of riding. Maybe Alex Healy there in the 97 is okay with just riding where he's at right now. Doesn't need to press his teammate too hard. Probably would rather work together anyways. Let's kind of take a look back through our field, and you can see everybody's pretty much single file all the way back through here until you get to Nate Brooker in the 45. He is actually in the 14th position now on the outside of Thomas Hall in that 93 truck. And looks like that outside is going to prevail again. There we got Rick Baldwin and Dan Worthington side by side as well. Rick Baldwin's going to have to give that up. Inside is just not doing it right now. Bobby Grady's stuck on the inside now. Gets Steve to shoot pass around. The 41 gets around him. Wes Wagon, that 88 is going to be looking at him next here. And now the 88 is going to dip in behind the two-car truck, I should say. And that's not going to really work out. And you see 41 getting the momentum to the center of the corner there. Stays to the outside. Josh Highby just can't quite get this done yet in that 41 truck. And now kind of falling back, and we got a caution. I think I might have seen something right behind what we were watching there, but it looks like Rick Baldwin's had an issue. Let's take a look at that, see what it is. You see his white and black 19th truck. Dan Worthington on the outside. He floats up the track. Dan Worthington kind of stays off the wall a little bit. Can't really fault him for that, but I think that Rick Baldwin thought that he was gonna go up to the wall so he could kind of float up and arc that corner in, and that is not what happened. So lap 11 here, we got our first caution for a couple guys having some contact, and we'll see what people want to do. Let's go back up front here to our leaders and see. Now looks like Matt Grenier, who is also a Flex Motorsports, has gotten into third. So Flex Motorsports is now 1, 2, 3 in this one, and Foothills Motorsports is 4, 5, and 6 right now. So these guys are really showing out here, but Flex Motorsports looks strong in the early going. Let's check this right here and see if anybody's going to pit. Does not look like we're going to have any takers just yet. Still kind of early. Okay, two of our Foothills Motorsports guys, Stephen Shue, Jeff Ledford, they're going into the pits. Excuse me. We'll go on to the pit road here. Check that out. Looks like 5 or 6, 7, 8 trucks. Now everybody in the back is pretty much coming in. They don't got nothing to lose, so they might as well. But we had 2 Foothills Motorsports, Jeff Ledford and Steve Shue, hit from the top 5. Josh Highbach comes off first. Mike Allen right there in the 29 comes off second. Then we're going to have Steve Shue, Elijah Fisher. And sorry, I missed a couple of trucks. I'm trying to see what happened with Ledford. Why he's there so long. Maybe he's repairing from when he scraped the wall earlier. Now he's getting going, so he may be doing some repairs there to try to see if he can go ahead and do that now. And while it's early and he has plenty of time to recover, but that is going to put him all the way back into the 24th position. So he is definitely going to have some work ahead of him here, but plenty of laps, 113 laps to go, so he's got plenty of time for this. Baldwin is right there in the screen. He is also back to the back. He was in that caution there, so looks like he hit the wall pretty hard. Probably had to use a fast repair there. He only gets one, so he's going to have to be careful from here on out. And it looks like the lights are off the pace truck, so we are going to get one to go now and see what happens. So Chris Phillips is going to be outside. Looks like Bobby Hall has decided to take the outside as well, and that's an interesting choice there. I realized that outside line was doing a little bit better, so he's just going to take it now so that he is able to protect that line on the restart. Now he does have control of this restart, not like the initial start where you just go on green, so he's going to be able to get the jump, and I would anticipate that he's going to be able to jump in front of these guys regardless, but you might as well start out in the lane where you want to be. All right, pace trucks are dipping off. We'll get this one back underway. Going to be taking lap 14 right now at the green. Good jump there by Bobby Hall. Chris Phillips is going to try to get around the 97 as well, but did not get a great jump there. 97 floats outside behind his teammate. Just like that, they're getting a single file as soon as possible. Except for Bobby Grady, he wants to take a look, but there he goes. He's going to dip in line here. Look at all that single file, and then you get back to right about here, and you see there's side by side, a couple of people deep here. Even Stu kind of trying to, he pitted, he's now shown in the 15th position, so he is trying to battle back. He's got fresh tires and everything, but he's got guys in front of him kind of blocking the road. The 24 there of Alex Foster in the lane that he wants to be in. He's going to have to work his way around. You see he's just, 24 scrapes the wall a little bit. Alex Foster, you see there is a Foothills teammate, so he's going to be patient with him. Does not have the speed tires. He was shooting, gotta go. Thought he was going to shoot that center for just a second there. He thought better of it, maybe going to go below the 41 here. He has tires, so even though it may not be the best line, he's going to be faster. He dips in there. We'll see it. Yep, so he gets the pass there. Now he's got single file in front of him, and he can see if he can go ahead and just pass the outside where it's going to be a little bit better. There he goes to the outside. Great momentum around. And he's going to make that pass pretty easily. So put him back up into 12th. He's making his way as we check on the front. Bobby Hall is checking out now. Got a half a second lead on these guys. And you see Wes Wigan in that 88 kind of moving up through the field a little bit as well. Now in the 6th position, up 5 from where he started. Like Dan Worthington here, and that 113 is under fire from Nate Brooker in the 45. He's going to kind of take that low lane. Look like he's pushing it hard, but he's trying there. Now he's going to have the outside, and he's going to maybe have that bumper covered, so he can't take the outside. See what he can do with that on the outside. Nate Brooker backed up big time on the outside there. I think he slowed down a little bit more than he needed to. But right back to the bumper, now to the inside. And he kind of backed up that corner, helped him with the exit speed, and let's see if he can make this pass now. You see in the back of your screen there, you see 00, Steve making another pass. And these guys are still battling. This is pretty close. They're pretty tight here. They're evenly matched, and neither one willing to give up at this point. I wouldn't say either one is driving so hard that they're going to hurt their tires. As you see Dan Worthington 113 shoot up the track there a little bit, got in a little bit hot. That's going to cost him some space. And now with 3 wide back here, 93 wisely gets out of it, says forget it, not worth it at this point in the race. And now the 113 is going to try to set sail back on the 45. Back up front, we are still looking at about a half-second lead. And these guys are just kind of in line, waiting it out, seeing if there's going to be another caution, trying to take care of tires. Probably going to go at it a little bit harder at the end of this fuel run. Wes Wigan now taking a look into the inside of the 6. He wants to peek out of line a little bit, tired of just following the leader, and really can't make nothing happen there, so gets back in line so he doesn't lose a position. Steven Shoe still on the march back there. He's up to the 8th position now. Restarted about 15th or 16th, so he is moving right back up. I know his teammate Chris Phillips there in the 6 would love to have him get back and get to the side of the 88 to kind of shake him up a little bit and get him off his bumper. But nothing really doing here right now. Let's go back a little pace. We got the 33 of Schuenbachler inside Gordon's in there on the 8. Trying to make that pass and see if he can get clear here going into the next corner. Jeff Lefford, 01 there. He's got fresh tires trying to get well. The battle for 9th position as the 33 gets through, and now the 01 will try the same. Rick Baldwin behind him as well, also pitted, also has tires. Rick cannot make a move just yet. He'll kind of take the higher angle, the arc in this one, and see what to do with it. Great corner through the center there off, and he gets to the inside of Gordon Spain. Spain kind of pushes him down just a little bit, trying to break that momentum. I don't think that's going to work against the fresher tires, though. Rick now has it clear. Rick Baldwin back up to the 11th position. Jeff Ledford is now up to the 10th position. So these guys that took tires moved through the field very quickly. Up 10, 12 spots from where they restarted just a few laps ago. Look out here at our leader, just smooth sailing, logging laps at this point. 7/10 now of a lead. And look at that, Steven Shoe now gotten all the way back up to 4th position. He got around his teammate. He got around Wes Wigan, but Wes Wigan got around Chris Phillips too. So net 0 there for Wigan. Steven Shoe is going to continue this march. He is now hunting the 15. Looks to the inside. Not able to make anything happen yet. Let's see if he tries the outside here in 3 and 4. Nope, goes right back to the center. To the bottom center, 3 and 4 here, and gets a good run off. Now he's side by side. He should be able to get this done in 1 and 2. Now the concern is how much tire did you use getting up here? Go, he's clear now, so now he's looking at the 97. I think these guys know that he's got fresher tires, so I don't know if they're going to put up too much of a fight, especially at this point in the race. If we were coming down to 10 to go or so, they'd probably be fighting them pretty hard, but just much faster, especially center of corner off is where the tires are really, really helping him. Now he's just sucked up to that bumper. Let's take a look at that. You see how close he is right there. Now he jumps off of him just a little bit to get into the corner. Little bit of a draft going on there, able to suck up to him a little bit. What's he going to do, inside or out? Goes to the outside here. See if he can make that work. He is there on the outside, but can't quite hold it. Better momentum off. Probably going to dive to the inside here. Nope. Here's good throttle off right here. This is probably going to be the one that does it right here. We'll go back out here. They're side by side. And going into turn one, you got to figure he's going to have a better line. There he goes. Alex Healy trying real hard on the outside there, but see, pretty wide. And that's going to open that door up, and he's going to be able to make that pass. So Stephen Chu from about 16th position to second on this run of about 10 to 11 laps. And now we're going to see, now that that battle took place, that gave Bobby Hall about an extra second. So he's got about 1 3/4 of a second lead here. And what we're going to have to see is if that is going to start to shrink or grow now that Stephen Chu has done all that work to get back. While Wes Wigan is the clutches of the 19 and the 01 who have tires, so they're coming back through the field. They are now 6th and 7th respectively, and looks like they're working together there a little bit, doing pretty good with it. And now you see the 19 kind of try to dip to the inside, see if he can make a pass on the 01, but this is just slowing both of them down. And you see going into the corner, the 19 has advantage. Going out of the corner, the 01. Ooh, the 01 just scraped the wall again. Just driving a little too hard off of that corner there. Didn't cost him too much speed, but now you see a little bit of a difference. Let's see if the 19 closes the door there. He does. And now the 01's just going to kind of fall in line here. Doesn't want the 88 to get back by him, so in order to not lose another spot, got to get in line, shut that door. And it looks like a few guys are pitting now. So maybe some of the guys that didn't pit before, and it looks like we've got a little bit of an issue off track here. Let's take a look. Looks like Eric Porter, to see if he had an issue. Like he should be coming off a pit road there. Oh, it gets loose on the re-entry of the track and just goes off course a little bit there, so that's too bad for him. Now we see Schumacher. He's going past the 00 there, the 33 truck. So he's going to take second position away there. Meanwhile, the lead is not really growing, but you see the 00 there just kind of falling off, and we got a caution now. And don't see anything that happened here, but I got to imagine it was what we were looking at before. He kind of parked it on track there, or on the apron anyway, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag because he was slow on track. So lap 38 here, we got our second caution of the race. We will have to see what these guys are going to do. Now they have 4 sets of tires, so the guys that came in earlier, what did they come in, lap 12, 13, something like that? So 20-something laps here on their tires. They definitely want tires, but they only got 3 sets left, so they're gonna have to go about 35 laps for the rest of the set of tires. So they are all gonna come in though. Everybody's gonna come in. Nobody taking a chance here. They've had enough laps. And let's go to our pit lane view so we can watch the exit race here. Gotta imagine Bobby Hall with that first stall is going to be able to maintain position unless something happens. There they come up to their spots. Everybody taking tires. Here's Chris Phillips pulling in behind the 94. And Bobby Hall is going to get it off. Steven Shue second, 15th third, and a whole slew of trucks after that I can't keep up with. So, there you have it. Bobby Hall maintains. Steven Shue gets back to second place. Blumenbachler loses a couple of spots there on that exchange in the pits, but still P4, doing great. Baldwin and Ledford, they kept their positions 6th and 7th, so they hold serve. Everybody's kind of on back together now on fresh tires. Some guys have an extra set in the tank, so if we get some late cautions, that may play into where some guys can get tires and run 20 laps right back up front. We just saw Ledford and Baldwin do that, and so we know it's possible. If you have fresher tires, even by 10 to 12 laps, you're going to be able to pull through the field. So we will have to see if that is going to be something that plays into this race later. But for right now, Bobby Hall has been commanding this race. 71 looks like he's going to get a wave around here. There he goes, and we'll line up with one to go here. Steven Shue back out front. We'll see if he's got anything for Bobby Hall. He's going to be on his outside. Looks like Bobby's taking the inside this time. Maybe he wants to stay with his teammates there on the bottom. He does have the 15 and the 97, both teammates, so maybe he just wants them to all go together. Wait for the pace truck to pull off and see if Steven Shue's got anything for this 94. Chris Phillips kind of fell back a little bit on that one. Finds himself in the 12th position now. Here goes the pace truck. The field is in the hands of that 94. There he goes. Good jump by the 00. The 15 doesn't really go with him like I thought they might have been able to time it out. We'll see going through turns 1 and 2 here, though. The 15 gets through the entry very well. That high side is a little bit better. Oh, we got another caution here. And it looks like Brooker in the 45 maybe, and he was just up in about 8th position. Let's see what happens here. He's kind of in the middle right there. Gordon Spain, the 88 kind of spun right back there too. And oh man, and he almost had it saved and then got clipped on the inside. That's too bad. And you saw the 88 get sideways too. Don't think he had near as much damage. That's why they flagged that as the cause of the caution. So we are back under caution here for the 3rd time. I wouldn't imagine anybody that doesn't have damage is they're probably not going to be going into the pits right now. But I would say Brooker is probably going to go in and get some pairs, get some fresh tires after that slide. Maybe the 88. You'll have to wait and see on that. Go to our pit lane view. I don't see anybody on there yet. Guys are just coming around, and 94 is so used to passing guys that he just thought he would pass the pace truck too, just to make sure he got everybody. And it does look like the 88 is going to go into the pits. And 45 is staying out. The 6 of Chris Phillips, let's go back to our plate. The 6 of Chris Phillips is going back into the pits. So just the 6 and the 88, the 45 of Brooker is staying out. So that's kind of interesting. And I think that was just the top off there for Phillips. So he may be a little bit of a strategy move here. Give up the track position now to see if he can make it on maybe one more stop. That might be the play. He can do that and it stays green. He's going to be doing great. All right. We'll see. Maybe this time by we'll get one to go, as Wes Wigan is going to be exiting the pits now, so he'll get back with the rest of the field here. You see there in that black and yellow flex truck. All right, so we did get one to go there. You can see the lights off on the pace truck. So this time it will be Matt Grenier on the outside of his 894. 00 and 01 there. Those are Foothills teammates. You see those two on the outside lined up, so I'm sure they'll be looking to work together. We'll be getting green here at lap 45. Trying to get to halfway here. All right, go. Pace truck will pull off here. Get into the restart zone. And the 15 did not get a great jump that time either. That slows up the whole outside lane, unfortunately. But there they go, top four, single file already. Top three are teammates, so they're going to try to work together and get a little bit of gap on the field here if they can. Where these guys got only a couple of laps since they got tires and fuel, so they can work together on a long run and make a gap. They can definitely change some things here, but it is getting pretty dicey back behind him here. You see 33, 38, 19, all racing for position here. We throw the 93 and the 113 in the mix as well. We got a bunch of cars right here that are really fighting for jockeying positions and whatnot right now. 19 passes 38. 38's trying to look back low again. Look at the two on the outside there with great momentum through there. He's going to make a pass on the 38. Oh, these guys are sleeping on that middle lane, most of them. That is fast right there. Bob Gray just showed it. He's going to do it again. Go up to the high side, get the speed and momentum off the corner. Can't really do much with on that end, but it looks like in 3 and 4, that's really fast in that kind of middle groove. Now they both go to the bottom, though. They all kind of got it sorted out. Go back up front here. Nothing really changing much, but Steven shooting the 00. They have the 01 definitely have kind of caught back up. So these guys, these teammates are not able to gap them. As you see the 15 kind of falling back a little bit from his two teammates up front there. And 00 Steve to do a whole lot, but he's able to pull up and keep it there within the truck length at this point. But hard to make moves on a track like this, and also you don't. I mean, I'm sure he can push it and he can pass him, but then later on in this run, his tires are going to be shot. So doing a good job kind of managing it a little bit. He's definitely sticking to that bumper, basically showing them, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna stay, and I'm looking for you to make a mistake. You can see from his kind of from the passenger side here roll bar, You can see just how close he is and what he's working on. That will disrupt the driver. I mean, all he needs to do is have him looking in his mirrors. He's trying to enter a corner and make one little mistake, and he's going to be there. Bobby Hall not driving away this time. You can see him out of the windshield there. He is not driving away at this point. We'll see as this run goes if he gets faster and faster as he did last time. Go back here, Bobby Grady into, like he's trying to get back at the 19. Right there on his bumper, but kind of got a little bit hot into that corner and had to I think hit the brakes just a little bit so he didn't hit the 19 and spit him out. Got another group of guys here fighting it out as well. Now it looks like I thought Rick had gone side by side with 33 there, but maybe just briefly, but had to back out of it. We'll back up front. We got our top 5 right underneath each other. There you go. Steven Shue is now looking to the inside of the 15 to see if he can make that pass, and we are under caution, so he's not going to get the chance. Looks like Dakota Shepard's had an issue. Let's check on that. And he's in that 101, and this is just by himself. Oh, no. And he gets loose, and he accidentally hits the 70 of Robert Amaral. And obviously, he didn't mean to do that, but just lost control of it going off the corner there and couldn't get it back up. So, under our 4th caution at this point, at lap 53, this is going to be a split bag right here. I don't know if people are going to pit or not. They've got a few laps on it now, maybe 15 laps or so, but some of those were under caution as well, so maybe 10 to 11 green flag laps and not many takers there. Like a few guys in the back. As we look down pit lane, you can see way in the back full of guys are going to pit from the back. Not shocked by that. That's pretty common. There's 11, Elijah Fisher. He's going back around to get his lap back, so that'll put him back on the lead lap. I believe he's going to be in the 22nd position, so he's got some work to do, but he's back in the hunt. Let's just see if we have time here. There is. Alex, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
I've got a copy, brother.
Hey, bud. So it's pretty intense up there. I'm trying to figure out: are you guys racing hard, or are you just teammates staying in line trying to get a gap on people? What's the strat right now?
I am kind of using Bobby as a pace setter. I'm just simply staying close to him, and anytime I'm getting a run on him, I'm kind of using that to let off early on entry to save a little bit of tire going forward. Because I don't know if we're going to get a real long green flag run at some point.
Right.
That first stint, I kind of used my stuff up. So trying to conserve a little bit better. We've got an extra set of tires over a lot of other guys. So we're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, you guys are looking good. We'll let you get back to racing. Good luck the rest of the way. See what the team can do. Maybe get all 3 of those top podium spots.
We're going to give it a shot, man.
All right, good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's Alex Healy in the 97 there. He's going to be starting on the outside of his teammate once again. We'll see what he can do with it this time. Base truck pulls off. We're ready to go again. Bobby Hall takes that jump. Teammates on the both doing pretty decent job side by side there. See what they get figured out here. 15 is going to have that position, so they'll go ahead and fall in line there. 1, 2, 3 flex teammates. Maybe not. Alex Healy just a little bit loose there. Now he's back line there. And Steven Shue and Jeff Ledford, Foothills teammates, kind of side by side now with Rick Baldwin behind them. And Rick Baldwin now looking inside. Jeff Ledford makes that pass. See if Ledford gets back on the outside. He's not. Baldwin's going to shut the door. He's going to take that position. And lots of single file here right now, but these guys look like they're racing pretty hard. It's just hard to get next to somebody. As you heard Alex Healy say in that interview a minute ago, racing kind of hard, but not really. You know, I mean, still playing the team sport, but you know they want to stay up front, so they're going to race as hard as they need to. And right now, he's got Steven Shue right behind him, so he's got to put the throttle down. And you see the 19 there; he's going to try to get inside the 00 as well. 19's got to be careful not to use up too much tire here, but he's trying to make some spots. Probably thinking that we've had a few cautions here in a row. Maybe we're going to get another one. Let me go ahead and see if as many spots as I can get right now. And he's got that spot there too. So got the 00. Rick Baldwin is in the 4th position. And you see now it's about the first 10 to 12 at least, maybe even 15 drivers could go out to the blimp and probably see more. There you go. Just everybody single file at this point. Not a lot of racing going on, but if you look right there, I think I saw 113 of Dan Worthington is trying to look inside that 01 of Jeff Ledford. There he goes to the inside. He's got his bumper to the door. Side by side coming out of the corner now. And the 01 gets a little bit of momentum there. Now the 113 has the position. He'll probably slide up there. Oh, kind of gives him room. He's not going to do that just yet. Maybe he didn't want to get wrecked. Never know. Definitely got the better truck right there, or at least being a little bit more aggressive, as the 01's now going to try a little crossover. Nope, can't get that done. Right on that bumper. Now he's going to look back to the inside, so there is a little bit of crossover there. And this is all for 6th position right here. Everything else is pretty much single file. You see a little bit of double file back there with Chris Phillips and another truck. And now the 01 is kind of looking back at that 33, starting to catch him as well. And just saw a second ago that Stephen Phillips, or Chris Phillips there is passing. He passed the 2 truck who was trying that outside again, but that didn't work. So now it does look like that inside line is starting to prevail a little bit. Now going by the 6. Chris Phillips started up front, kind of cycled back because he pitted a little bit early. Haven't really seen him have any real issues hitting the wall or other trucks or anything like that, but finds himself in the 12th position now and has some work to get back up there. Bobby Hall got a decent lead now. Not lead or anything, but same top 3 for Flex Motorsports out front. Rick Baldwin trying to catch the lead there to see if he can do anything. And look at the 33 now is going on the inside there. And Steven Shue is going to try to get that 113 back out there. 33 is looking pretty sporty. Pretty fast, but he's all alone with a line of trucks on the outside. Let's see if the side's going to pay off for him here. Can't quite get totally clear yet. He might be clear. Oh no, and the 00 and the 01 I think had a little bit of contact. Great save by the 00, but we do get a caution for that. Kind of strange there. I don't see anything, but let me just back it up here and I will show you guys. We'll take a look together here. If we can see, I think there is just a little bit of caution right there, or a little bit of caution, a little bit of contact. Let me go up to our chopper view here. Let's see from the top side. Yeah, and you know, I gotta tell you, it looks like the 00 just kind of came down a little bit. These guys are teammates. I know they're in chat together. I think the 01 just didn't think he was gonna do that. Didn't realize he'd be there that fast. See everybody now pulling onto pit road, so it looks like everybody is gonna hit pit road now. At least most all of our leaders are coming in at this point. We are officially past halfway. Take a look at our pit lane cam here and we'll see what's going to win the race off. At some point later in this race, I would expect to see somebody to try 2 tires and do something crazy. And Bobby Hall's going to win off. Ricky Baldwin gets the 2nd position, I think. Oh, but Steven Shue stayed out. That's why it doesn't look right. Okay. So, get back to it. So, Steven Shue stayed out. Looks like the 71 is a lap down. The 11 must also be a lap down. I thought he got his lap back last time, but maybe he's multiple down. So, see if these guys get a wave around, or they're probably going to get pushed to the back because the 00 didn't pit, which they did not want to see. I'm sure of that. So 00 stays out for the first time here. Bobby Hall is not going to be starting from the. Rick Baldwin will have 3rd, but lead here. We'll see with the laps on the 00. We'll have to see exactly how well he's able to keep up with these guys on fresh tires. I would assume for a lap or 2 he's going to be fine while they're getting some heat in their tires, but after that I think he's going to get past. It's just a matter of how long will this green flag run be, and is it going to be long enough to where everyone else is going to get tires, or is he still going to be off seat? We will see how that all plays out. R1 to go, and the 00 has chosen the outside. Makes sense. Have older tires, take the preferred line going through the first couple of corners, and then whatever you want one to here. All right, pace truck is going to pull off here. Steven Shue, the 00, is going to have the field in his hands. Let's see when he wants to take off. Go kind of in the middle of that restart zone. Great start for him. He took off without anybody else really in tow. He's going to have a little bit of a gap here, which is exactly what he wants. Doesn't want to give those guys any sort of draft at all, and he really wants to see that 19 to get side by side with that 94 so that it can drag them back. 94 is fast. We got 2 cars on the back stretch stopped there. We'll see if this is going to bring out a caution. The 97 diving to the bottom. You might know that that's going on there. Those 2 trucks get going. We're staying under green right now as you see Bobby Hall getting to the inside there with those fresh tires. Not much the 00 can do. He's going to have to concede that. Now he's going to get pushed 3 wide here, and we do have a caution now as another accident happened. Looks like the 33 is in that one, Schuenbachler. Let's take a look at that. That was about to get wild right there, so kind of good for Steven Shue that happened, but the 33, that was kind of weird. It just snapped loose on him. And in front of all of those trucks, oh, Dakota Shepherd, just unfortunate victim right there. And then the 70 piles in as well. And it looks like if we can get another view from Amaral, looks like he kind of went through. Oh no, that is the 70 right there. So he's kind of on the back end of this. Yeah, and he got it stopped. He actually didn't make any contact, so he's all good. It looked like a couple trucks in front there got a little sideways too. Wasn't sure if they actually spun or not, but must not have. So that's good. Steven Shu is still now in the second position. He's got to be happy with that, with what's going on here. I don't know that he's going to pit here after just a couple of laps. That would kind of negate the whole purpose of that strategy. So now I think what we're going to find is that he's going to want it to go about 10 laps or so, and then he's going to have to hit the pits and hope that everyone else goes with him. You can definitely see that he is going to be a little bit slower here, and so he's kind of at the mercy of these guys coming around him, but he's going to make the best of it and see what he can do with this strategy. Look at pit road. We got a bunch of trucks in the back half of this field that are pitting. Like from 14th back, we got about 10 trucks coming in. There's Chris Phillips, so he's going to do it now. See if he's going to take tires or just fuel. Looks like he's just fueling it. Michael Allen gets out first. So Chris Phillips is topping off. Maybe, like I said before, he could do it probably on one more stop here. And we do not yet have the one to go, so we'll go around a couple more times here. Mike Babinchuk is in the pits as well, along with the 101 of Dakota Shepherd. He was in that one. I did not see Babinchuk in that 55. Not see him get into that one, but he must have had something because he was in the pits for a little while there. Right, we will be going this time by, and we'll see how long Steven Shu can hold on to his position here. Now that he's not the one able to jump out, I got to imagine this is going to be pretty rough. And Rick Baldwin right behind him there is going to have to try to look to go around. And I would not be shocked if this gets 3 wide pretty quick. Right, here we go. Lose the pace truck. You see the Flex Motorsports guy on the inside, the 3 on the inside, all Flex Motorsports guys getting real tight. All getting ready to go. Got to watch for that 00 to spin his tires. Didn't spin his tires, but did not get a great start, so the 19 had to kind of back off of him as well. Now those 3 all out front. Once again, 19 gets around the 00. And the 01 now inside the 00. And he's just going to kind of have to concede some spots here. Nothing he can do. This is strategy. Just has to stay calm and let it play out. Everybody's going to be going around him. Got some spacing going back here. 00's not really holding people up. He's staying to the outside, but you know they are wide pretty much the whole way. Looks like there's some guys back here. Yep, we got side by side, 2 rows deep. 79 there, Eric Quarter. Trying to see the other one. 45, Nate Brooker. 6 of Chris Phillips, who just came in. He's going to make it 3 wide. Get out the way. And he gets past the 79. Wisely gets out of that, so get it. Not going to get that. 6 truck now is going to be trying to pull through both of these guys in one corner here, but still 3 wide. Got to be careful. Past the stripe. Looks like Chris is clear the 41 of Highball. He is. Now that 45 of Brooker, though, has got a good run on the outside there. I don't think he's going to be clear. No, he's not. Momentum goes to the 45. And who's going to get this pass here? Somebody's got to do it. Outside's looking 40 there, looking pretty good. Oh, he scrapes the wall a little bit, though, it looked like. So he's going to have that one back out front. These guys are just kind of riding around. And got Rick Baldwin there. He's not a teammate, so he's not going to just run in line. And he has caught the 15 of Matt Grenier. He's going to try to push the issue a little bit here. We will have to see. Can't really make up much ground there. He caught him, and then now he's just kind of stuck there in his wake, so not really much doing right there. Chris Phillips, and then still going at it as Chris Phillips is back inside. Now the double zero is kind of in the way. Nate Brooker kind of, I don't think he realized how far off pace he is and scraped the wall a little bit there. Had to go real high. Even shoot in the middle, does not want to be there right now. I guarantee you that. He'd rather just go high. Now you got Phillips there on the outside of the 2. See if he can carry the momentum to the corner. Not able to get just yet. Does have momentum. Pulls out front just a bit. Can't really get it done though. Side by side is not working out for him. Just slowing him down, using more tire. All that's doing. There you go. Now he's clear. Now he'll be able to just run the line he wants to run. Not have to worry about it too much. And this is all for the 11th position, and Chris Phillips has it, and the other guys want it. Back out towards our front here. Check on them. No change there. Same with Rick Baldwin. Actually, Baldwin has fallen off about a truck length or 2, so he may be just kind of conserving tires for the time being because it is tough up there. It's tough to make a pass. You have to do it early or it's just very difficult to do anything, really. Got Grady Highball. Brooker's still going at it. Ooh, Grady got a little bit low there. Highball was on the line. A little bit of door contact, but didn't hurt anybody. Brooker hanging tough there. Now you see Chris Phillips is now outside the 38, so trying to make up another position there to get back into the top 10, and you see him kind of wrap around the outside there with good momentum. Looks like he's going to be able to make that pass. Brooker gets a little bit loose out back there off of the bumper of, I think it was the 24 or the 2, couldn't quite tell. Got a little snappy there, and the 24 of Alex Foster pulled through them both. Foothill's teammate there. So Foster's going to pull out and get away from him now. He's doing good himself on the comeback trail here. Chris Phillips finally finds himself back in the top 10, gets a little bit of room to the 38 there. So now we'll see if he can pull through and catch up to our leaders here, who are all just very single file. We'll go up to the high view. Other side of the track, we'll definitely be able to see how these guys are getting so spread out. You can see it on the track map that they're all just kind of spread out by about half a second everywhere. Not much side by side here in the top 10 at this point. Back here to this Schumacher Who's going at it for the 15th position, 14th. Sorry, they are racing pretty darn hard for it. One of them wants to give up yet. Now you see Bobby Hall. This is what happened the last couple of times. You see the gap there. Once we get 10 to 15 laps into these runs, this is where Bobby Hall really turns it on. So he's able to hold the first position and not eat up his tires. And now you see him just absolutely able to start to turn it on. And these guys are kind of falling off because they're racing harder, trying to keep up with him. So he's got this thing dialed in and figured out here. Alex Healy doing a great job tonight. He's pretty much been in the top 3 along with Matt Grenier. Matt Grenier is up a few spots from where he started. So guys all started in the top 5. Biggest mover right now is Rick Baldwin. He's up 9 positions from where he started, currently in 4th. And Wes Wagon there, he is up 6 positions from where he started and is now in 5th. Looks like Ledford is going to try to take that away from him here. Ledford looks like he's getting after it. We do have a change up here. It looks like the 15 is going to go around the 97. 97 might be falling off a little bit, so 15 goes around. Now Wes Wagon has a little bit of breathing room there to Ledford, so not under heat anymore from him at this time. We'll have to keep an eye on Alex Healy and see how this goes for him, if he's kind of eating up those tires and he's starting to fall back a little bit, or if it was just a teammate that was a little bit faster and he let him go. 35 laps to go here in Nashville. Bobby Hall is just setting sail now. He's got a 1.5 second lead. This stays green. I don't think there's any question who's going to win this. Alex Healy does not seem to be falling back in clutches of the 19 at this time. So he's still got speed. He's still doing fine sitting there in the 3rd position right now. Mike Allen over here trying to take a position from Thomas Hall. Getting close, but not quite there yet. Looking through the field here, don't really see any other close racing except for this right here. And Chris Phillips is back in the 20th position now, so I am not sure what happened there, but he must have had some sort of issue. Chris Phillips went into the pits, so Phillips must have said, this is strategy play, this is what we're going to do, so he went ahead and went into the pits. Now everybody's going to have to pit at least one more time, but when is that going to happen? At least I think everybody's going to have to pit with 32 laps to go. I haven't seen anybody go that long yet. Not that they couldn't do it on fuel, but they didn't pit on that last caution either. They had 10 to 15 laps at least on their tires. So, got to imagine they got to come down one more time. Bobby Hall is not going to have any problem with it. He's got over a 2-second lead now. As we see Wes Wagon now getting around the 19 of Rick Baldwin. So Wagon and the Flex Motorsports coming on strong. Make it top 4 is all Flex Motorsports here tonight at this time. They are doing a great job. We'll see what Wes has for the rest of his teammates up there shortly as he tries to work around and get as far up as he can. Thomas Hall and Mike Allen still kind of going at it here. Looks like Allen has gotten by now. Like we got a few takers. Looks like Alex Healy pulling onto pit road. Rick Baldwin is pulling onto pit road. So a couple of our top 5 drivers now are in the pits. Bobby Hall continues to stay out. Just for reference here, so Bobby Hall's best lap of this race was a 29.85. His last lap was a 30.98, so about 1.1 seconds slower. That is why you're seeing him come down to pit road now. He cannot afford to lose a second a lap and stay on pit road. Matt Grenier is going to stay out for one more. He's going to be our leader at this point. But Bobby Hall is in, Wes Wigan's in, Jeff Ledford's in, Mike Allen is in, Robert Amaral's in. All of these guys are starting to pit now. So we're going to see, yes, he is going to pit from the lead there. That's going to hand the lead over to Thomas Hall, who's also coming in. Gordon Spain is going to have the lead, but he is not pitting at this time. Neither is Nate Brooker. But these guys are going to go back to the lead, it does look like. Although I take that back, the 24 there, I missed him. He is actually going to be in the lead now. These guys are running 31 6s, 31 4s. And this is going to be costing them some time, but right now we got the top 6 trucks have stayed out. Everyone else is a lap down. So if there is a caution, this will work out for these guys. Gordon Spain there in second, Nate Brooker in third. Now we're starting to see, you see Chris Phillips there, you see Bobby Hall there. These guys are working to unlap themselves to our leader right here. And these guys got to be careful because as they're behind them, if they're going to be pitting, they got to, hopefully they're going to be calling that out because you don't want to run him over. And he is still not, Alex Foster, still not coming in. He's going to stay out there another one, at least. Getting out of the way, though. He knows they're a lot faster, so. Anthony Lane now pulls in the 82 truck. Guys still are not going to pit yet. I wonder, I don't know if they can make it, but they may have been ones that pitted at that last caution from the back and don't have to. 25 laps to go now. We're going to keep an eye on this, but our leader is Alex Foster, and he does not look like he's coming in. Gordon Spain behind him, Nate Brooker behind him. I know Brooker pit. We saw that for sure in that 45 truck, so he might be able to make it as well. Question is in 25 laps, and they're, you know, maybe a second a lap faster, are they going to be able to catch him? So let's take a look at that. So Alex Foster just run a 31.69, okay? Bobby Hall just ran a 29.89. That is almost 2 seconds faster, 1.8 seconds faster. That is a big deal right there. Even with this strategy, I don't think Alex Foster wins this. 2 laps, 24 to go, 48 seconds. Obviously, that's going to probably fall off a little bit as you see him getting to the outside wall there. But that amount of time, it only takes 30 seconds to do a lap. He's going to pass him and then some. But 24, this is the strategy. Oh, there he goes. Let's say now he's going to pit. This is good. This is giving the lead to Gordon Spain. Now we've got these guys trying to unlap themselves all the way through. Let's see, when Rick Baldwin gets through, all the way through position 12 will be unlapped. So they are all on the lead lap, and the rest of these guys are still trying to work their way through there. Gordon Spain is our leader. Nate Brooker right there behind him in second, and Josh Highbaugh all the way back here, but he's in third. 41 truck. Mike Babinchak also, we know he came in as well. He is in the 4th position, and we'll see. These guys don't look to be pitting. We'll go back to Gordon Spain here as Dan Worthington gets around him to get his lap back. Bobby Brady looks like he's going to be the next one back around. So you see on your ticker there, Bobby Hall is the first one with fresh tires, and he is about 22.5 seconds behind the leader right now. So call it 3/4 of a lap or so at this point, coming to 20 to go. And no sign of pitting there, not slowing down. So 20 laps to go officially. Gordon Spain out front, Bobby Hall in 5th, first one on fresh tires. Jeff Ledford is in 6th. Not sure if he pit or not, but he is in the 6th position right now, so great recovery for him. 6th position is actually right where he started, but he did fall back with some issues early. Gordon Spain's going to continue this. We'll see. We will see. It's a big shakeup if these guys can actually make it. But you see now Bobby Hall under 20 seconds behind. These guys on borrowed time, so to speak, but we stay green and they can make it. I mean, even if they don't win and they fall back to say 5th or 6th, that's still a net gain for these guys. So I mean, it's still a great strategy play to go in top off when others didn't, and now they can make it. And you see Brooker is kind of catching Spain there, so he might actually pass him for what is right now the lead and see if he can maybe hold on to that. Bobby Hall now under 18 seconds, so 17 and a half, so to speak. So that gap is kind of stopping now. We'll take and Gordon Spain and Robert Burke are both come on. So Josh Highbaugh now, let's see if he's going to come in. Nope, he's still going to stay on the track for right now. So him and Mascot Mike in the 55 right there, those two are the only two that have not pit in this cycle. There's the 24 who was leading there for a little bit, and now he's going to dip to the inside there. He's going to unlap himself as well. So looks like top 18 have got themselves back on the lead lap. We're going to come around here, get 16 to go. We'll see if Josh Highbaugh has to pit at some point. Bobby Hall is now back up to the 3rd position. It's only 6.5 seconds is the difference here. So I gotta believe that Bobby Hall is going to get around regardless. Now you see Brooker going around, who was just on pit road, and the 11 trying to get through there as well. 70 truck. I got right behind him there. '82 goes around as well. So Bobby Hall now cut that 6 seconds in 3.5. Bobby Hall is just past Babinchek for that 2nd position. Mascot Mike down to 3rd now, but if he can make it, it's still going to be a gain for him. There's kind of the lead. They're on the same back stretch, so Bobby Hall back there on the hunt, down to 3 seconds now. 13 laps to go. Two and a half seconds now. He's just solidly a second faster a lap. Let's see, Josh Highbaugh last lap was 31.84 and Bobby Hall was a 31.2, so 0.64 seconds faster, so about a half a second a lap. But That's plenty of time here, as now it's under 2 seconds. Pretty soon they will probably be working into the same screen here. This is 79 back there. That's Eric Corder. He is the first car lap down right now. Now, just because Hall is a lot faster, I wonder if he's going to be able to pass that easily, or if Highball here is going to do everything that he can to kind of block the preferred line, make him go where he doesn't want to, make it as hard as possible, get him to use as much tire as possible. He's there now in the same screen, about half a second. And there it is. It's pretty clear who's got the fresher tires here, as he goes around the wide angle and makes that pass. Bobby Hall is back in front. And he's going to set sail on everybody. I mean, the next guy back is 4 seconds behind him, so he is... Oh, no, and he's trying to get a pit road a little bit loose, but he's going to make it. He's going to make it. I got to imagine that's going to be a net loss for Josh, but he had to give it a shot, but he just didn't have enough there. Bobby Hall is walking away 4.5 seconds. Some of that's on track, but he had about a 2.5 second lead when they pit. Now almost 4.5, so 2 more seconds. Some of that's on the track, but some of that was probably on and off pit road too. So great effort by him to get a great lead and to be able to keep it here. And now Wes Wigan is going to be in the second position, as Mascot Mike has decided to pit as well in the 55. There's your gap there, 5.5 seconds. He's making it wider and wider. It's about a second more of a lead since he just mentioned it a moment ago. And we do still have top 3 are all Flex Motorsports drivers. These guys have been doing great tonight. Alex Healy, unfortunately, who was up in that top 3 most of the time in that 97 you see, now he is back in the 7th position back there. Rick Baldwin in 4th, still up 9 positions from where he started. Jeff Ledford in 5th. Both of those guys had issues early and rebounded great. As we got 7 laps to go here, these guys are in great positions to have good finishes that may not have happened, but they did not let that adversity at the beginning of the race affect them. They were able to keep their composure, and they were able to get back up to the top 5. So good drive by both of those guys. We got 6 to go. Bobby Hall's checking out here, 5.5 second lead. And looking through the field here, not a whole lot of racing going on, except for right here. Dan Worthington in the 113 is trying to make a pass on Jeff Ledford in the 01. That's for a top 5 position for 5th place. Other than that, not a whole lot of racing going on, so we'll check out this battle and see what's going to happen here. Oh, Dan Worthington went right inside right there. Take a look off his nose. You see that Foothills Motorsports logo on the back of Ledford. See if he's going to take a look to the inside here. Nope, he's going to stay in line this time. You can see that's very close. Oh, wrong button. Sorry about that. And yeah, so look, you can see him go inside, outside, just trying to figure out where can I go. And now it looks like he may have that pass. We'll see what happens going into turn 1 here. I know off of this corner, Ledford on the outside will have a good run. If he maybe tries that crossover, that's what he's going for. He's back on the inside on the crossover. Still 5.5 seconds up front at the lead. These guys are going at it. And Ledford's there, but still kind of going after it. Side by side, Ledford's going to technically be ahead on that lap. And Look at that outside run. I don't know if Ledford's going to be able to hold him off with the momentum from the outside. I want to check on second place here real quick. It's getting pretty close as well. This is for second, but he falls in line there, so not going to do it there. Looks like Dan Worthington has been able to make that pass, so he's gonna be good with 2 to go. And these teammates are gonna race pretty hard at this point. Not teammates in the last couple of laps, but does definitely look like the 88 has the speed. He's made the pass and up to second position here. Yeah, he can't really do much with it. Last lap, Bobby Hall, 5.5 second lead. Been smooth up front all day, led almost every lap except for a pit sequence where he got shuffled back a bit, but definitely had this track dialed up today. He was dominant and smooth all day long. After about 15 laps in every run, he was able to absolutely pull away from the field, and he's going to get it done here in Nashville with a win and his teammates right behind him. There they come. Those 3 are coming through. Rick Baldwin's going to get the 4th position. Ledford and Worthington going at it. It looks like Ledford got that. We're going to back that up. I want to see that battle coming to the line because it looks like Ledford got that. He did. When did he make that pass? Right here. Dive in this corner. Let's watch this back. He dives in there. Goes low. Gets in front of him. Kind of closes that door a little bit. Dan Worthington says, I'm going to the inside all the way down on the flat, and they hit each other coming across. Now, there was no ill will there. Dan Worthington was just giving it 100% throttle and didn't let off. And he knew it was after the fact anyways, so. But great hard racing there. Ledford gets the position to maintain top 5. Let's take a look at our results if they're in. There we go. So Bobby Hall, like I said, gets the win. Wes Wigan's going to get second. Third is going to go to Matt Grenier. Rick Baldwin in 4th. Jed Fleverd is 5th. 6th is going to Dan Worthington. Alex Healy ends up in 7th. Mike Allen gets 8th. 9th is going to go to Bobby Grady. Nate Brooker is going to be rounding out your 10th spot. Chris Phillips gets 11th. Gordon Spain in 12th. Alex Foster in 13th. John Schuenbachler, 14th. 15th is going to go to Robert Amaral. Josh Heibaugh gets 16th. Eric Corridor is 18th, and Mascot Mike is going to be in 18th position. Let's see if we can talk to some of our drivers here. So let's get with Matt Grenier, who is in our 3rd position. And let me find him. There he is. Matthew in the booth. Oh, there he is. Matthew in the booth, got me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. Good race tonight. Good run. Obviously, your team was up there most of the time, but you were in top 5 most of the night. Take us through your race and kind of how y'all did it.
Tires. Being easy on the tires, getting good line in and out of the corners, made all the difference in the world. Bobby was the class of the field tonight. He was the master at it, and I probably was a good 2nd or 3rd at doing that tonight. But clean race. Good to be up front most of the night, and stay ahead of most of the pack and all the trouble.
Yeah, well, you always know you had a good race when you're getting interviewed afterwards. So, I'm sure that's always a good thing. But yeah, I mean, great race from you, great run. It looks like you guys kind of had it all figured out where it's like, hey, we just don't want to race too hard for these first 10, 15 laps and then let her go, and you're right. Bobby was really good at it. He could hold you guys behind and take off after 15 laps. So I don't know if anybody had anything for him, but you had a great, strong run. Tell me about teams, sponsors. Who do you want to thank for tonight's race?
Gonna start with the Flex Motorsports. We had a great plan tonight. Great restarts. We weren't really trying to race each other, so we were trying to make it work till the end, and it worked out in our favor. Got to thank my parents for watching every week. Always supportive of my wife and my daughter for supporting me through this. Got to thank you, Matt, for doing the broadcast. Do a great job. Make this league a lot of fun, and just thank the league in general.
Very good. All right. Well, congratulations again on the third place finish. Go enjoy it with your teammates, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. Right. Let's get our next guy in here. Wes, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Got you.
Hey, great run tonight. You and your teammate, man. You battled through some adversity. Take us through kind of that middle of the race where you kind of fell back a little bit and driving back through. How did you get that done?
Yeah, that like you said about the middle, that caution came out, and on the restart, they dove it in 3 wide on us. I saw the truck on the bottom at the very last second, and I lifted, and it's just a racing deal. But I got spun, sent to the back, and just was patient and just drove it up there. I like this track. I like my momentum on the track. Feel like I take good care of my tires, so was just able to get back up through there.
Yeah, well, you definitely did that. You guys did a great job, more than most, with taking care of tires, and that really is, it looked like the strategy was the first 10, 15 laps y'all were taking it pretty easy, and you had control of the field. You know what I mean? So definitely worked out for you guys. Great team effort. Give me your sponsors, friends, family, team. Who do you want to thank for tonight's race?
Mag Real Estate. Is it Herbal Life
Natural life.
Apothecary?
Yeah.
Natural Life
Yeah.
Apothecary. I'm sorry. Flex Motorsports. All the guys at Flex Motorsports. Um, my wife for letting me do this. The broadcaster for putting it on. Broadcasting it. Yeah, great fun.
All right, good deal, buddy. Well, congratulations on the second place tonight. We will see you next week.
Appreciate it.
All right. All right, so that's Wes. Get our winner, Bobby. Bobby Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Mr. Gall, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Dominating race tonight. You had the best truck, the best strategy. Kind of take us through what your guys' thought was with you and your teammate dominating and taking 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they asked me a couple questions on the first race on what to adjust, and biggest thing is push hard for 10 or so laps, and then just sit and ride and just
Take
stay
what it'll give you.
consistent on your lap time. Yep.
Yeah.
And it seemed like people that were starting to fall off, lap 15, lap 20, they would push, and of course that's where the staying consistent seemed to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Restarts, we tried different things and try to keep us in the draft and aligned to air block, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
But
we
it
did
was
see at
good.
one point you took the top side and then you kind of went away from that later. Was that more for like staying in line with your teammates, or was that, more like, well, let's just see if I can do it out here?
Yeah, because it seemed like 1 and 2, if being on top, you can get the arc through. And I
Mhm.
figured if I can get the arc, my teammates can go through the arc and then get the draft to pass fourth,
Right.
going into turn 3. That seemed to work for most
Yeah. Yeah, it
occasions.
certainly did.
And
It,
then
it helped you guys all out. And then once you get 1, 2, 3, then it's like, okay, now we can kind of control the field here.
Yeah, I told Alex and Matt if they got a run, they want to take it. I told them let me know so we could not, waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then when Mr. Shu stayed out towards the end, we were all just a little frightened on what was going to happen on the restart.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We
we let
were
him
in the
go.
booth
We let
too.
him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let him go. I said let's let him go first so he doesn't miss a shift or something. And then,
Right.
of course, we had that quick caution.
Yep.
But all in all, team, I feel bad for my teammate Dakota, and Tom. He had a
Yeah.
pack of loss right there at the end.
Well, when you get that
But
many drivers on your team, they can't all have a good night at the same time, right? So, but hey, I mean, a great job. Most of the team up front there, almost all of you in the top 10. So, great run by your team, especially by you for dominating. Give me friends, family, team. Who do you want to thank for tonight's race?
First and foremost, as always, it's the broadcast man, Mr. Gall, and the owner. Without these group of guys, yes, there's some fights and arguments, but hey, that's what makes racing. That's what
Right.
makes racing.
Yep.
And of course, the team, bouncing ideas and trying different things. That's what helps build the team.
Yep.
And to the couple guys that reached out to me on a couple questions, hey, hopefully it worked. Like I said, my Discord's always open. I got nothing to hide for anybody. And it seems like when I get wrecked out a race or so prior, I seem to bounce back and take the win. So, I mean, maybe it'll stay that way.
We'll see. Few races left, but it looks points wise you're doing very well. So we'll probably see you up there at the end, I'm sure. But great race tonight. Congratulations. Go celebrate the win. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, buddy, and congrats to the team and the fans in the stands and the rest of the guys putting this on tonight.
Deal. All right. See you later. All right, there you have it. There's your race winner, Bobby Hall. Great racing tonight. Only a few cautions, so that's always fun. It was a good race. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. We will be back next Monday with Inspired Racing League, and then we will have Bristol next Wednesday, so that will be fun. Maybe. We'll see how many cautions we get there. You never know. All right, well, great having everybody here tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the race. We will see you all later.